The Patriots were supposed to have no trouble against the Bills last night, but they struggled for most of the game. Tom Brady threw for over 300 yards, but they couldn't get in the end zone until the fourth quarter. That was the first time a Brady team did that since 2012. And the Patriots defense sealed the win with a Devin McCourty pick six in the fourth. New England has now won 5 straight. They're looking up at the 7-1 Chiefs in the AFC. Let's take a listen to Brady and what he thought after the game.
So they don't give up any big plays. And, so we were just kind of moving it down the field, and we got into the red area, and we just couldn't get the ball in the end zone. And just not enough positive plays down there. And we had, a couple opportunities that we just didn't take advantage of. And I think if we score those touchdowns, we feel a lot better. But, they've been playing good all year. I mean, they haven't given up many yards. But, we hung in there, we grinded it out. Like I said, some tough conditions, but found a way to win.
Win's a win. All right, Shannon, are the Patriots the best team in the AFC?
I still believe it's the Kansas City Chiefs because they're so dynamic offensively. They put so much pressure on you. Right now, Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. I believe he's the MVP front runner with those 27 touchdowns with only 6 interceptions. They do so much offensively. Tyreek Hill, playmaker. Travis Kelce, playmaker. Now all of a sudden they're getting Sammy Watkins involved. They have a real running game with Kareem Hunt. Not only can he run it, he can catch the ball out of the backfield. And over the last couple of games, Skip, they've gotten better defensively. They're number 2 in the league. I didn't know this. They were number 2 in the league in sacks. Now eventually Justin Houston, nursing a hamstring injury, he'll get back. Skip, I didn't mention Eric Berry. I don't know if he's going to come back, Skip. He tore that Achilles first game last year. And he has yet to practice this year, I guess, dealing with a heel injury on the same foot, on the same leg as that Achilles that he ruptured last year. So I just think the Chiefs defense will get better, especially and they'll be able to generate more pass rush once Justin Houston gets back. But you have to give the Patriots credit, Skip, for the way because they didn't have their best stuff last night. And I think the mark of a really good team is finding when you don't have your best stuff, you're on the road, you still find a way to win. And I don't think Buffalo posed a serious threat because their quarterback play, Skip, that's ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous. And Derek Anderson doing everything he can to get himself out of the league. And they're like, nah, bro, you need to stay here a little longer. Because Nathan Peterman is the answer, or Allen, who's injured right now. So defensively, I thought they did some things. They had a 3rd and 17, and they let Edelman get a first down. They have a 3rd and 7. They play in 22-man. And the one thing, when you play that coverage, Skip, you can't get out of your lane. You can't run a stunt because even Tom Brady, as pedestrian as he is, if you cross stunt and he sees the lane, it's 22-man. Everybody has their back to him. He's going to scramble for a first down.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
He barely got it because they turned around and saw like, oh, Tom running. They still like they got it before he got to the first down.
I thought Tre'Davious gave him a break. He sort of pulled up on him.
Well, because you know what's going to happen. You hit that guy right there. So, but Skip, I think all things being equal, because of Sonny Michel, now I believe Sonny Michel is going to come back at some point in time, but normally you don't see a guy number 84, Cordell Patterson, is playing running back. He got 10 carries.
10 carries.
He got 10 carries, Skip. So, given that, the status of their running game currently, I'm going to give the nod to the Kansas City Chiefs. But I believe the series is going to determine who gets home field. Because that's because I believe if Kansas City has to go to New England, I think they'll struggle. I definitely believe if New England has to go to Kansas City, because that's been their house of horrors also, they'll struggle. But don't sleep on the Chargers.
Don't sleep on them. That was your pick, right?
Yeah,
sleep on Phillip.
I'm not sleeping on my pick because my pick was the New England Patriots.
You pick chalk every year, so no one's surprised by that. Chalk.
I pick Tom Brady every year because you should learn, don't bet against that 12. The real number 12 in Foxborough.
And the real number 12 coming to town, and he ticked off. So you know what happens when he get ticked off, Skip Bayless.
Yeah, he probably lost his team because he threw a teammate under the bus. But that's okay. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
You ought to stop.
So I'm going to remind everybody, because everybody seems to have forgotten that it was just pretty recently, it's just a couple of weeks back, I don't know. I saw this game. I think it was on a Sunday night at Foxborough, and I saw Tom Brady outgun Patrick Mahomes. Is that possible, or did I just dream that? I saw Tom Brady throw for 182 yards in the fourth quarter, while the great Bill Belichick's defense was allowing 31 points in the second half to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. 31 in the second half, but guess who won the game 43-40? The Patriots did. How can that be with that pathetic Belichick defense that they keep running out there? I don't know. It's just because the best quarterback is easily Tom Brady. So I don't love this team. I obviously don't love the running game because, to your point, you just took a big kick returner and said, you be our running back tonight. Really?
Really? 6'3", 215 pounds.
Really? Okay.
Wide receiver.
That's what I'm saying. He's a kick returner,
he
right?
Is. That's what he is.
So you just tried that, and you averaged 3 yards a carry on 25 carries. It's not much. It's not great.
You got to have somebody, Skip. You can't run James White 35 times.
No, you cannot. You can flip it to him 15 times.
Yeah, you can throw it to him, hand it to him.
But the point is, I'm not going to bet against this quarterback because he's still the best. So I still say that New England will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. But if you look at what happened last night, that defense, the Buffalo defense, is no joke. It had allowed the fourth fewest yards in pro football. And I remind Miss Jenny that once upon a time, not too long ago, that Buffalo went to Minnesota and held Kirk Cousins and company to 6 points and won 27-6. And Kirk Cousins had a QBR that day of 10 on a scale of 0 to 100 because they were all over him, and they're hard to move the ball on.
Right.
Okay?
And then they went the next week to Green Bay and got shut out.
22-0, but it was only 22 that he scored. So is that, you impressed by that?
What about the nothing part?
Okay, the nothing part is the whole part. I got that. But when you're trying to move the ball against them, it's just hard because, as Tom, you just heard him say, they just don't give up plays, especially in the red zone. So his offense went into the red zone 3 times and only cashed once. Is that the end of the world? 1 out of 3? And he was furious about it after the game.
Well, that's
he said, we're going to go correct this.
Well, that's what happened with Pat Mahomes. Remember when they played New England? When you play Tom Brady, Skip, he's going to score. And more times than not, he's not going to go 33% in the red zone. He's going to be upwards of 50% in the red zone. So when you get your opportunities, you better put points on the board, not kick field goals. You're not beating Tom Brady, be it your building or his, by kicking field goals. But another reason is because of the dynamic playmakers. Tyreek Hill is a playmaker. Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins are playmakers.
Sure.
What the Patriots have are chain movers. Edelman is a chain mover. Skip, I watch Gronk real closely. Gronk ain't close to being Gronk.
There's one pass at the end of the half that Brady kind of threw down where he just had to go down for it. He can't even bend.
He can't bend anymore. He can't bend anymore. And did you see the one he overthrew? He was like,
my back.
Yeah.
My back.
He's not close to being healthy. And that's, it gets cold in New England. The one thing, Skip, if you got an ankle, you got knee, you got back problems, the worst thing for it is cold weather. Well, guess where he plays? So he's not in Miami. He's not playing indoors. So they need him to be the old Gronk in order to compete. I believe to compete this year, Skip, going to need Gronk at his absolute best.
Okay, just remember, they did beat Atlanta. They came back from 28-3 down with no Gronk, just for the record.
But no, I'm saying to get out of the AFC this year. The offense is a high-powered, Skip, this year. You look at Kansas City. San Diego can score.
They can.
Pittsburgh Steelers can score.
They can.
And so you need to be able to match that firepower, and Gronk gives you another weapon to match that.
So last night, Buffalo came into that game allowing 210 yards passing per game. Tom Brady threw for 324. And do you remember the early throw to Josh Gordon, the deep ball? He should have caught it, hit him right in the hands.
Misjudged it.
Yeah, he just didn't. I don't know if he lost it in the lights. He just didn't even make much of a play for it. But that's an extra, 50 yards right there. So Tom could have come close to throwing for 400 yards against a defense that was averaging 210
But Skip, he did throw the ball 45 times.
Okay. All right. But that's what they have because they couldn't run the ball last night. They can flip it to ball control it. Just flip it to James White.
I mean, you look at, I don't know if you noticed this. Did you see LaShawn McCoy? He's become, Skip, I think he's become allergic to contact. Because when guys get around him, you saw what he was doing. You with your TV, you got good TV. You got a new one. You got a new TV, didn't you?
I did.
So you see LaShawn McCoy, when contact get close, He pulling the turf over his head. Now, I don't know if he's trying
I
to...
just see him waving the ball like this.
Okay, like
hey,
a little
hey, I got a ball. Please don't hit me, but I got a ball.
Maybe he's trying to protect himself. He don't want to get nicked and have to be there for the rest of the year. Maybe he's hoping someone comes and trade for him.
I don't doubt
But
it.
I'm just saying, Skip, I mean, I'm watching the game last night, and guys get close. He's pulling the turf over his... I thought he was laying in bed, Jenny, the way he snatched
I would agree with that because I'm sure his dream of dreams would be to return to Philadelphia, like today by 4 o'clock Eastern time, right?
18, 19.
Yeah.
They only had 58 plays. They had 58 plays. Tom Brady had 70. Well, you give Tom Brady that many cracks at you, and I'm sure Tom's disappointed because, like, guys, we had 70 plays. We're down in the red zone. They could have put this game away early. And what happens, Skip, when you play a team like Buffalo is that when you leave them, the longer you leave them around, the more confident in you playing in their building. So the fans, you know, they're like, man, we got Tom Brady. Here it is,